From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
We had no idea in January that we were going to be sitting in this place today.
A step closer to ending the longest government shutdown ever. What's next on Capitol Hill and how Billings businesses are feeling the impacts.
This is something that goes far beyond that. It's giving back to the local community.
Football and fundraising. How fans raised more than cheers this weekend as SNAP benefits continue to be a concern.
Did you say that the meat here and the bacon is the best in the state?
Yeah, I would say that.
Plus, right on time for breakfast, the best bacon in the state. The Montana Ag Report that takes a look at a tall claim in a small Montana town. It's so mean to start off talking about bacon at 6 in the morning.
Hungry in the morning.
Those stories, much more coming up in the next hour. Good morning, welcome back, or welcome to Montana This Morning on this Monday, November 10th. You all know and love Miller Robson.
Good morning, everybody. Hi.
I'm merely Don Hudson in today for Haley and back tomorrow for Haley as well for Turkey Tuesday. Pretty excited about that.
Big day tomorrow, yeah.
But yeah, we'll get into that later.
Sure,
Let's talk about today and today's weather, which seems like it's, I don't know, spring again?
I mean, some areas at least flirting with record temperatures. Sheridan trying to hit 70 today. We could hit the mid 60s. So very warm. In fact, that's kind of what the theme's going to be this week, milder than average. But as we head toward the weekend, we could see another shot of colder air coming in, bring those temperatures back down. Big story today, too, and through tomorrow, they're going to be those winds. Now, yesterday, pretty season, a little warmer than average. Our high getting up to 51, our low of 24, a little bit colder than the norm. Yesterday was windy at times. We had a top gust of 32. Could still see that. We're actually already seeing that this morning in Billings. Some models indicate we could have gusts up to 50 miles an hour here during our morning drive, but really over to our west is where we see those stronger winds already kicking up. For the month, been pretty dry out there. For the year, we're still pacing ahead. Remember, if we don't get any moisture for the rest of this year, we're still going to stay 2 inches above average for the year, so we're in pretty good shape there. And not a lot of moisture this week, folks. Maybe by the weekend we have a chance. Temperatures out there right now, 30s and 40s. We've got 49 right now in Billings, so definitely milder than normal. Feels like 41. There's a story. Just had a gust of 31 out of the southwest this morning. And will be windy this morning and then just somewhat windy as we go along today. All the way through tomorrow, we could still have gusts 20 to 30 miles an hour with those warmer temperatures. But look at Sheridan, trying to get up to about 70 today. Just had a gust near 60 in Livingston. 31 here in Billings, a very windy start. Still going to be windy throughout the day through tomorrow. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about maybe some big changes as we head into the weekend coming up here just a bit.
All right, Miller, thank you very much. All right, we are tracking some breaking news this morning. The Montana Highway Patrol reporting a deadly crash along US 87 or Main Street in the Heights. Details are limited. This is an active scene right now. MHP troopers say this is a motor vehicle crash happened about 2:30 in the morning. At least one fatality on Main Street. Again, according to MHP, is happening near the fairgrounds. No word yet on any closures, but troopers are asking people to just avoid that area right now where they work on that scene. We are working to try to find out some more information. We will keep you updated throughout the morning. Overnight in Washington, D.C., a handful of Senate Democrats joined Republicans and voted to advance a House-passed measure to fund the government and end the shutdown. This marks a key breakthrough in the stalemate, paving the way to reopen the government later in the week. Now, in a 60-40 vote, 8 Democrats joined Republicans to advance the House-passed measure, which had fallen short on 14 previous votes. Senate GOP leaders are expected to move to amend the legislation to attach a package of full-year appropriation bills as part of a deal to end the shutdown, along with an extension of the temporary funding measure to keep the government funded through January. Now, the vote marks the start of what could be a lengthy series of procedural votes in the Senate, since really any one senator could slow down the process. Once through the Senate, the House would have to approve the legislation before it could receive the president's signature and move forward. Now, with this latest development on the Senate floor, leaders say there could be at last a little light at the end of the shutdown tunnel. And, the shutdown officially still moves into day 41 despite this news. Bradley Blackburn has more on the rare weekend session.
The motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
The Senate approved a first step to push through legislation that could end the longest government shutdown in U.S. history after a group of mostly moderate Democrats made a deal with Republicans. The Senate and House still need to approve the full measure.
All of us, Republicans and Democrats, who support this bill know that the time to act is now.
Democrats had demanded any funding package include expiring health care subsidies. The deal grants them a vote next month on extending the tax credits.
This was the only deal on the table. It was our best chance to reopen the government.
The agreement comes after the Supreme Court issued an emergency order late Friday, halting the payout of full SNAP benefits. 42 million Americans use the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program to buy food. There were long lines over the weekend in Southern California at a distribution site for the LA Regional Food Bank, and major concerns for those in need in the Boston area.
At the end of the day, they are people who are seniors and veterans and families with children and working families that really are just looking for some answers.
Adding to the shutdown chaos, air travelers are coping with massive disruptions as the FAA ordered airlines to cut flights at the nation's busiest airports.
We need to figure it out as a country. Get it together.
A compromise was reached in this case, but it's not a done deal just yet. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Now, if you are keeping track, Democrats had voted no 14 times to reopen the government until the deal was negotiated. If it is approved, it would also reverse the layoffs of government employees during the shutdown. Meanwhile, this morning, the potential of good news on Capitol Hill comes with a new warning from the U.S. Transportation Secretary. He says flight cuts could double as the government shutdown moves toward Thanksgiving. The FAA has already ordered airlines to reduce traffic by 10% at 40 major airports, a move that will surely impact travel here in Billings. 9 of the 10 out-of-state hubs serving Billings are on that list of 40, meaning delays or cancellations are likely even if local flights remain staffed. Aviation Director Jeff Roach says air traffic controllers in Billings continue working without pay, and travelers should check their airlines before heading to the airport. According to FlightAware, nearly 6,000 flights were delayed last week alone, and that number keeps climbing. Now, there are still hundreds of thousands of federal employees currently furloughed, raising questions about how much shopping that they will do this holiday season. Vanessa Willerson dives deeper into what Billings business owners are saying as the shutdown continues with uncertainty.
Merry Christmas! Oh, Merry Christmas!
Holiday shoppers are already out and about in Billings looking for the perfect gift.
I think that people are going to stay with very traditional things this year, and they want things that they can keep forever.
Today, my mom and I are actually out shopping, and we always come to Ganans every year.
However, this year is a little different.
I think there is a lot of opportunities to give back and help out.
The National Retail Federation predicted national holiday sales to surpass $1 trillion for the first time. But with the government shutdown furloughing thousands of employees and adjustments to new tariffs, there are concerns it could negatively impact sales.
When we bought conservatively. We also brought in price points that are typically lower than normal.
Ganans Flowers president Jim Ganan says the impact of the shutdown has been weighing on his mind.
We had no idea in January that we were going to be sitting in this place today, but I'm glad that we kind of had that thought.
But it hasn't stopped him from going all out on decorating for the Ganans Flowers 75th annual Christmas show.
It's somewhat for the, so that people can come in here and get an early taste of Christmas. We really go all out for this. It's one of our favorite times of year, and it's one of our longest standing traditions.
And the festive shopping is continuing throughout Billings, such as at the Metro Park Expo Center with the Holiday Food and Gift Festival.
Good crowds. Folks aren't, out of the woods financially, but it's coming along.
While some vendors have expressed worry about holiday shopping, others haven't, saying the Billings community has really stepped up to support local business this year.
This show right here is starting off awesome. Lots of people buying, so it's a good thing.
In Billings, Vanessa Willardson, MTN News.
A new health clinic is taking shape in Billings, one designed to meet the unique needs of urban Native Americans. Leaders say the project is about more than just expanding services. It's about building a healthier future for a community that is often overlooked. Our Isabel Sparts shows us how this new facility is bringing care and culture together.
When it comes to health care,
Dental to me is really hard. If we go down to whether it's Crow, Prior, we're looking at 3-4 months to get in.
for Clarence Stewart, having specialized care is huge.
For the community here, the urban Indians, we're always looking for somewhere to go that we're not spending a lot of money out of pocket.
The Dirt is now moving to expand health services at the existing Billings Urban Indian Health and Wellness Center on Broadwater for the new Eagle Seeker Clinic.
We're celebrating the groundbreaking for a clinic that we've raised money for.
A project for those taking a different path to health, reaching past the reservation.
The need is so big. Our goal is just to provide professional services to the Native Americans and have something nice, right?
The new 2-story, 35,000 square feet will provide mental health care, optometry, and more. But for Montana's Native community, it goes beyond health care.
I think the missing piece is culturally appropriate treatment. It takes more than just, getting the surgery. I mean, it's mind, body, and soul, right, for complete healing.
Montana Senator Cora Newman, who serves on the Native American Development Corporation, says urban Indian health centers are critically underfunded.
The funding is about 1/13 of what the average American gets.
Many only receiving 1% of federal funds, although 50% of Native Americans come here for health care.
We need to make sure that they have access to the insurance coverage that any Montana family would want to make sure they had access to.
Just the beginning of specialized care.
It'll come from us providing the services, like a laboratory, like a pharmacy.
And for many just like Stuart, a major milestone towards care rooted in culture.
I really like the fact that this big building could open up a lot of good for everybody.
In Billings, Isabel Sparts, MTN News.
In the tiny town of Saco, Montana, a family-run grocery store is famous for something it does better than anyone else in Montana. Its bacon isn't just a local legend, it's award-winning with flavors drawing fans from across the state. In this morning's Montana Ag Report, MTN's Tom Wiley shows us how the Saco Pay and Save is bringing home the bacon.
A lot of places in Montana say they have the best bacon in the state, but the Saco Pay and Save bolsters its case with trophies and sales to prove it.
In tiny Saco, Montana, on the High Line, you'll find a grocery store that's made a meaty name for itself.
So the Saco Pay and Save is just a small town grocery store. We have a lot of your normal grocery store fare, but we also have a very robust meat market.
That meat market is what brings in people from all across the country.
A lot of our customers, just traveling along the High Line, going from east to west, stop in here and grab some bacon, or they grab some snack sticks. And next thing you know, their family members want it. So the next time they come up, they want to get some bacon too. So I've had calls from all over the country asking if we ship. Unfortunately, we don't.
Just ask Ken Taylor of Glasgow. On this day, he was perusing the meats, which had mostly been picked over.
Would you say that the meat here and the bacon is the best in the state?
Yeah, I would say that. If it's open and we're passing through, we usually stop by.
Yeah. Why?
The meat is very good. We love the different varieties of bacon and their snack sticks.
Snodgrass purchased the business in the spring, along with 2 business partners. He says what sets them apart is variety, enough to make any carnivore bacon for more.
I think with the bacon right now, we have roughly 25 flavors. We have spicy bacon, we have sweet bacon, we have sour bacon, we have all kinds of these different flavors, and people seem to gravitate towards that.
The walls are full of awards from the Montana Meat Processors Association, and that's created a loyal customer base that's ready to meet expectations.
People coming in with coolers, people coming in with boxes.
As a new owner, Snodgrass says he's proud of what the community has built and plans to keep it that way.
Everywhere I go, if somebody finds out that I'm from Saco, Montana, they ask me, do you know about the Saco bacon? Everybody comes in and they say, are you going to change anything? And it's like, well, There are some things that we would like to change, but we will not be changing the recipes and we will not be changing the bacon.
Every slice tells a story, and in Saco, that story is well done. Tom Wiley, MTN News.